Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most shocking and strategic military events that changed the course of modern defense planning. It's a story filled with power, technology, secrecy, and retaliation. What began as a sudden attack on a classified U.S. facility in Hawaii turned into one of the most expensive and powerful responses in American naval history. Stay tuned till the end because this one goes deep into the heart of global power dynamics and the cost of vengeance. From the outside, the facility looked like any other remote military base tucked away on the Hawaiian Islands, surrounded by natural cliffs, reinforced concrete structures, and radar domes peeking from under camouflage netting. But beneath the surface, it was no ordinary installation. The base was fortified with multi-layered defenses, hidden launch bays, satellite uplink towers, and electronic interference systems capable of monitoring hundreds of miles of ocean. Every inch of its exterior was designed for stealth and durability. The outer perimeter bristled with anti-aircraft cannons, missile interceptors, and early warning radars built to counter any incoming threat. The runways were reinforced to handle the weight of strategic bombers, while the docks below were capable of hosting nuclear-powered submarines. To an enemy, breaching this base would be almost unthinkable. Yet, somehow, an attack found its mark. When the explosions came, they were swift and surgical. The night sky over the Pacific erupted in fire as shockwaves rippled across the island. Satellite imagery showed multiple precision strikes targeting radar installations, communication arrays, and one of the underground silos. The destruction was massive. Craters where towers once stood, collapsed hangars, and columns of smoke rising from areas once deemed impregnable. Even from the air, the damage was a grim reminder of vulnerability. America's most secretive Pacific outpost had been hit, and it sent shockwaves throughout the defense community. Inside the base, the environment was pure chaos. Alarms blared through dimly lit corridors, red emergency lights flashed against reinforced steel walls, and communication officers scrambled to maintain contact with command. The interior of the facility was built for functionality, not comfort. Narrow hallways, heavy blast doors, and sealed command rooms gave it the feeling of a bunker buried beneath the earth. During the assault, many of the systems went offline. Backup power flickered on, smoke filled the air, and the echo of distant impacts reverberated through the structure. Yet, even in the midst of panic, trained personnel carried out containment procedures, securing sensitive data and shutting down nuclear circuits to prevent further catastrophe. When analyzing performance, the response that followed was unlike anything seen in decades. Within hours, the U.S. Navy and Air Force coordinated a retaliatory operation that stretched across thousands of miles. Surveillance satellites tracked enemy launch signatures, cyber units launched digital counterstrikes, and naval fleets mobilized in the Pacific. The operation's precision demonstrated the unmatched synchronization of modern American military power. Hypersonic weapons were deployed, stealth bombers lifted from carriers, and submarines maneuvered silently beneath enemy radar. The retaliation was not only immediate but devastating. The objective was clear: store deterrence and demonstrate that any attack on U.S. assets would invite consequences far beyond imagination. In performance terms, the technology behind the U.S. response was flawless. The accuracy of its countermeasures, the efficiency of its data networks, and the speed of command coordination showcased the power of integrated warfare. Drones and reconnaissance planes streamed live targeting data to warships, which in turn synchronized missile launches across coordinated strike waves. Every asset, from destroyers to cyber units, worked as part of a single intelligent war machine. Within days, the retaliatory strikes crippled enemy facilities and cut through defensive networks. The $31 billion cost of the operation wasn't just financial. It was strategic, symbolic, and psychological. It told the world that America's reach remains global, immediate, and unstoppable. Now let's talk about the safety systems, the backbone of such a secret installation. The base had layers upon layers of protection, radiation shielding, blast containment chambers, redundant communication lines, and EMP-resistant circuits. Every major structure was designed to withstand direct impact. Fire suppression systems used inert gases instead of water to prevent chemical reactions, while underground vaults stored critical assets behind reinforced steel and concrete. For nuclear-related facilities, Automatic lockdowns could isolate sections instantly in case of breach or radiation spike. These safety protocols saved countless lives during the strike, containing potential fallout and preventing total structural collapse. However, the fact that the facility was hit at all pointed to the limitations of even the most advanced defense systems. Experts believe the attackers used hypersonic weapons or stealth drones capable of bypassing radar detection. The simultaneous disabling of communication lines suggested cyber interference as well. In other words, the attackers combined digital warfare with kinetic strikes, overwhelming the defenses before they could fully react. This kind of hybrid warfare highlights the new era of military confrontation, where data, speed, and stealth matter as much as firepower. The unique selling points of this incident lie in its complexity. First, it revealed the existence of a highly advanced and secretive U.S. installation that most people never knew existed. Second, it showcased the vulnerabilities of even the most fortified bases in the world when faced with next-generation warfare. Third, it exposed the global consequences of attacking a nuclear-capable superpower. The American retaliation, calculated yet overwhelming, demonstrated how modern conflicts are fought not just on battlefields but across satellites, networks, and supply chains. It also emphasized that deterrence is not just about weapons. It's about demonstrating resolve, readiness, and response capability. The psychological impact of the event was massive. Allies around the world tightened security protocols, reviewed base defenses, and initiated new partnerships in intelligence sharing. Meanwhile, adversaries were reminded that the United States could mobilize unmatched power on command. The operation redefined what it meant to strike back, not just destroy but dominate across every domain: air, sea, land, space, and cyber. The price tag of $31 billion might sound astronomical, but in defense terms it represented a necessary expenditure to maintain global stability. That money covered everything from munitions and aircraft fuel to cyber defense upgrades, intelligence operations, and the rebuilding of damaged infrastructure. It also included humanitarian costs, evacuations, cleanup, and the restoration of nearby civilian areas. The base itself underwent rapid reconstruction, this time with even more sophisticated defense systems and AI-based surveillance to detect threats before they arise. What's most remarkable is how this entire episode became a turning point in U.S. defense doctrine. Military strategists began focusing on decentralization, spreading sensitive assets across multiple smaller sites instead of one major base. They also invested heavily in artificial intelligence and quantum encryption to prevent future breaches. The lessons learned from the attack reshaped not just American defense but also global military thinking. In short, it forced the world to evolve. In conclusion, this story is a chilling reminder that no defense is absolute. Even the most advanced military facilities can fall victim to stealth, intelligence leaks, and evolving technology. But it also proves the resilience of response, the ability to rise stronger, smarter, and more unified. The U.S. demonstrated that while secrecy can fail, determination and capability will always strike back harder. The $31 billion retaliation wasn't just revenge, it was a message to the world. Deterrence still stands, and any challenge will meet an answer far greater than the strike that provoked it. So what do you think? Could this event mark the beginning of a new chapter in global warfare, or was it simply a test of defenses and diplomacy? Let us know your thoughts below. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into military technology, defense strategy, and global power shifts. See you in the next one.